If you've learned a few basic stitches and you're wondering what to crochet now you know them, you're in the very normal place where lots of beginners pause. That moment of now what is actually part of the learning process. I've seen it hundreds of times, both in crochet workshops and right here on this channel. So instead of thinking, what should I be making now? I like to think more about taking gentle steps to create some projects. A good next crochet project should do 3 things. It should use stitches that you already know so that you're not learning everything all at once. 2, it should be small enough to finish without pressure. And 3, it should feel enjoyable. Something that makes you want to pick up your crochet hook again. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some really fun beginner projects, some that don't take so long and some that you can really get into. These projects are going to allow you to practice these stitches that you've already learned and create something beautiful while you keep on learning. Now don't feel that you have to watch absolutely everything and head off and make everything too. You can select one of these projects that I'm suggesting for you and go ahead and use that yarn to keep practicing these stitches and these beginner techniques that you've already learned. The first project that I'm going to suggest for you to be crocheting today is my easy ribbed beanie. This pattern is written for a very number of different sizes, so you can opt to make the children's version to make it a little bit easier, but it's going to build on your skills that you already have. The pattern uses the US half double crochet and a slightly larger hook with a chunky weight yarn so that it builds quickly, it's super squishy, and at the end of this pattern you have a gorgeous hat to wear. My second pattern that I would recommend is going to allow you to practice a new technique. It's a very simple crocheted coaster that you can make, again, using chunky weight yarn, but you're going to be working in the round. It's a very beginner friendly pattern, and using US single crochet, you work to create a larger circle that you can use as a coaster for your cup of tea or your coffee as you continue making the full set of 4 if you want to. To continue on from working in the round for your crochet coaster, I have 2 more suggestions for you. There's nothing more practical than a crochet bag that you can use every single day, so I've also included my easy linen stitch crochet bag for you. This does start working in the round, but you're making an oval shape rather than a circle, and then building on to that base, you add the side of the bags. This pattern also uses the US single crochet, but it's worked slightly differently, and it's a stitch variation called the linen stitch or the moss stitch, where once you get it established, you're actually working into something called chain spaces. It builds really quickly, and even the handle itself is crocheted using single crochets, a very beginner friendly bag pattern that if you want to, you can even learn how to line. My final suggestion for moving on learning those beginner friendly stitches has to be the traditional granny square. We know that the granny square is super popular, and that simple square shape can be transformed into any number of projects. No doubt you've seen granny square cardigans, granny square bags, cushions, blankets. The possibilities are pretty much endless once you've mastered that basic granny square pattern. All of these patterns I've linked below in the description box. You can simply click on the link to be taken straight to the video, where you'll also find the links to see the written pattern on my website too. These patterns will encourage you to continue to crochet, reinforcing everything you've learned. The goal here whilst we're learning really isn't to rush. I really want you to enjoy this process and continue to encourage you to keep on making. When you're ready to start making that next project, remember that all those links are in the description box for you below. You can select one and continue on with your learning, making your very first project.